Why do we eat? That's another important question that we should always be asking when we're talking about optimizing our nutrient intake. So there's a number of reasons why, and I'm going to do my best to try to go through these. Number one, we eat to get energy, obviously, right? So if we're talking about sustainability, as an organism, the human body requires energy. You have cells, you have billions of cells that require energy. And that energy is going to primarily come from the food that we're eating. So that's the first reason why we eat. The second reason why we eat is to get nutrients. And again, part of eating, of course, you're going to get food, which food has calories, it has energy, glucose ultimately that we're using as energy, or fats that we can use as energy. But there's also nutrients that we need to be talking about. And when we talk about nutrients, on a macro level, there's proteins, carbs, and fats. Those are macronutrients, but you also have micronutrients. You have vitamins, minerals, you have antioxidants, you have a bunch of phytonutrients, right? All these different compounds that we really don't even fully understand yet, but could have importance for our body in terms of functioning. Modern humans, I would say, also eat as a form of entertainment. 10,000 years ago, we weren't eating as a form of entertainment. We were eating for survival. We were basically eating to get energy, and we're eating to get nutrients. However, today we get access to food that comes from another side of the planet that 10,000 years ago you would have never experienced. And we have a lot of artists who are able to take food and combine them with different flavors, and it becomes a form of entertainment. And I think that's important, quite honestly. I eat for energy. I eat for nutrients, and I eat as a form of entertainment, not just because of the way that these artists, these chefs that can make brilliant dishes, come to life, but also because of the form of entertainment of sitting down with the people that I love and people that I want to have conversations with. So food becomes communal in that sense. So the final, part of this is that taking all of that together, food is information. It's information that where, again, if it's connected to the soil, there is information that organisms have gathered from the environment that are going to pass that on to the food that I'm going to consume. That information comes into my body, and that information helps my body to understand how to function better in the environment. A very fascinating fact is, if you were to look at, let's say, breast milk, which, of course, is one of the most important foods that a newborn could be consuming. Moms who live in California will produce breast milk that has a certain type of nutrient composition that is going to be very different from moms who are producing breast milk, let's say, in New York or in Florida or here in Texas where I live. So the information that those moms are gathering from their environment, they are putting that information together, assembling it. You don't even have to think about this. All this happens naturally as long as you're living within the context of your environment in a healthy way, and you're connected to your environment. You're getting that information, assimilating it, and you're passing it through your breast milk to give it to your baby so your baby can have the best way to survive. How fascinating is that? And then, of course, it changes based on the environment you're living in. So literally, the information that we get from our local environment. Why is buying local so important? Why is supporting your local farms or getting the food that's raised in your local environment so important? Well, it's important because the food itself is gathering information for you to help you to understand how to live in your environment. So food is information. Food is also connection. It allows us to connect with other people and to build community, which we all know is very important for our health as well. And then finally, if you take all of these concepts and put it together, food becomes medicinal. Food is literally the medicine that our body needs in order to function properly.